This is crazy. The Brooklyn Nets finally get James Harden. Big three time, right? Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. Wait a second. Kyrie's not happy? What's up? Fred Richani, TSC. Some, I guess, breaking news. Breaking news here from Tommy D of SNY Sports, SNY TV in New York City. Update on Kyrie's situation. I'm told he's been, quote, furious at the organization for some time for not giving him more input on the head coach hiring. Now, here's the thing, and I'll continue with what else Tommy tweeted in a second. We heard that Kyrie signed off on it. All right? News to me. Secondly, he was not in favor of Steve Nash. Well, Kevin Durant seemed to be, based on his experience in Golden State. And then lastly, also, his relationship with Kevin Durant has been described as, quote, very distant recently. Wow. Now, full disclosure, I am not a huge Kyrie fan. I think in terms of pure talent, he's one of the best in the game that we've seen in a long time. He's an absolute pleasure to watch when he's on. If you don't know, he's been away from the team due to personal reasons. I'm not ready to totally bury the guy like a lot of people, and I understand the inclination to, but I think there's plenty of time to give him valid criticism when the real story comes out as to why he's been away from the team due to not playing for personal reasons. It could be a mental health issue. Okay? That being said, he's been seen partying with family, with no mask, violating COVID protocols. The Nets could reportedly withhold game checks, and understandably so, since he hasn't played. And on top of that, is violating these COVID health protocols. Reportedly, he's not been totally transparent with the Nets. Reportedly, he's distraught over what happened in Capitol Hill. And before anyone laughs at that, okay, like, I get it. It's traumatizing for a lot of people. That being said, the league's playing and he's not. So I would like to assume, or I wanted to assume anyway, that this is something real serious going on with his personal life. And it might be. We might find out it is. But it's not a good look. This report coming out of SNY TV, not a good look. And it's especially not a good look right now because here's the freaking deal, folks. The deal is the Nets got James Harden. And right now their roster looks like this. Durant, Harden, Irving if he actually wants to play, DeAndre Jordan, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Tyler Johnson. You have Jeff Green on there. You got a pretty good roster. You still have Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, of course, the Nets also had to trade a lot. So here's the deal. The Rockets got Victor Oladipo along with 4 first-rounders. Nets got James Harden. The Pacers got Caris LeVert. That makes me a little sad as a fan of as somebody that watches the Nets and really likes Caris LeVert. So the Pacers got Caris LeVert. And then the Cavs, and this also makes me sad because I really like this guy, they got Jarrett Allen and they got Taurean Prince. So, and of course some picks were swapped as well. So, I mean, a massive haul for the Rockets. Good for James Harden. I didn't think he'd be able to pull off this trade without getting Kyrie Irving in return. Reportedly, the Rockets were actually offered Kyrie, or at least that was proposed. Originally, before all this Kyrie drama, I don't think Kyrie was even on the table for this trade. So if the Rockets actually, allegedly, said no thanks to Kyrie, I mean, man, how the mighty have fallen. Now, without Kyrie, I think the Nets are still contenders. That being said, I don't know what the hell you do. And I'm not going to sit here and be like Stephen A. Smith and say that Kyrie needs to retire when we don't know the whole story yet. But I will say it doesn't look good. And I will say all these leaks and things like that, I don't think they'd be happening if he had his house in order. I'm not talking about the house with his family. I'm talking about the house with the Brooklyn Nets who pay him. So, I don't know. I hope somebody has a come to basketball Jesus meeting with him and says, dude, what the hell's going on? I hope he can come back to the Nets and do his thing. I hope if that's not the case that they can amicably part ways and he can get traded and they can get good value and vice versa, and he could salvage his career because, I mean, the guy could be a Hall of Famer. So we'll see. Bottom line, I hope he's okay, assuming he's okay, and he really is just being the enigmatic, problematic Kyrie when it comes to being a teammate. Not a good look. That's not taking away anything he's done off the court. That's not taking away all the great things he's done, as far as helping people. I believe he paid WNBA player salaries as well during COVID. I mean, the guy's a good dude off the court, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's a great teammate, and that doesn't necessarily mean he's a great teammate right now. And one would hope that now that they got James Harden, he will be more inclined to come back when his mind is right. But that remains to be seen, but I want to hear from you. What the hell do you think happens with the Brooklyn Nets locker room? There is a part of me that is happy but feels a little sad as well, because that really, really likable, rising young team a few years ago with D'Lo, I mean, that team's officially dead. But in its place is on paper a contender. Let me know what you think. What would you do with Kyrie? How do you see the big three going down? Does it remain a big two if Kyrie doesn't return? Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please like, share. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates like this. And until next time, as always, enjoy the games and please stay safe and take care of yourselves.